Howdy, Alton Elementary parents and students. I hope this video finds you enjoying Washington County Fair Week. Congratulations to all the Alton students, Brenham ISD students, and Burton ISD students for all their hard work in showing, exhibiting, all the work they put in for whether it was food, which was one of my favorite areas to stop by, or if it was artwork, or again, like I said, showing animals. You did a great job. Congratulations to you. And parents, if you have not been out to the Washington County Fair, I highly recommend going. Now, this video I am making for you parents is because a couple of days ago, I shared with you a report called the Student Progress Map Scores for your child, especially if your child is in first through fourth grade. Now, if you have a child in kindergarten, you did not get a report because we did not take a math assessment test. We will do that in the middle of the year, which will be either in December or January. We will take it. And again, I will share the report with you. But I know some of you are new to the map testing if you have not been at Alton Elementary, but you're kind of new. And what is it? Below this video, I have another video that comes from the Map Growth Company, and it just kind of explains a map test in itself in a little bit more details. But I wanted to make this video on showing how you could read the report if you had any questions about it. So hopefully I'll do a good job and I'll explain it. So here we go. Okay, parents. So, as I said, hopefully you received your child's student progress report in a message from me, and it should look somewhat similar to this. Of course, your child's name would be at the top, followed by their math results, and then below that, the reading results. And then if you go below the reading, you should get kind of like a legend or a key, kind of helps you explain on how to read this report. Also, again, now do not panic if your child's results do not look like such as this one. This is a student I'm using as an example that has been with us through kindergarten, and currently, right now, they're in the third grade. So, if you have a fourth grade student, well, probably looks a lot different than this. If you have a student and you're brand new to us, it may just have one set of bar graphs. So let's kind of look in here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Let's look at the math portion here. And we'll focus first on the bar graphs here. So for this student, I can go all the way back. And this is what I like to see on this report is I can go all the way back to the spring of 2022. So at the end of 2022, I can see how this student was scoring. Well, what they took a few days ago, actually a few weeks ago, it can be found here. FA23. That stands for Fall of 2023 right here. And now you see three bars, all a different color. The blue bar indicates your child's RIT score. And again, to find out more information about what is a RIT score, you can find it in the video below. But I can see that this child at the beginning of this year scored what we say a 198 RIT score. The orange bar is the district's average. So for this student is third grade. So every third grader who took this test, the average was a 183 RIT score. So this student is actually scoring above the district average. And then the average norm for nationwide. There are thousands of schools that use the map growth assessment. And when their results are in, we can compare how we did as a school, but also you can see how your child compares to other students in their grade level who took this test. And as you can see, the nation average was a 188. So I could see over time that this student is getting stronger each time. Now, I look in the spring, oh, okay, this student has a 198, but also then in the fall had a 198. There's that summer break in between there, parents, so don't panic about that. Sometimes we like to, we take a little break, which rightfully so during the summer, so you may not see that large of a jump. But again, staying the same, we want to see growth. Our mission is to help all our kids grow to be lifetime learners. And hopefully, this assessment is just one assessment that we use to make sure we're heading in the right direction. Okay, another thing I wanted to show here, let's go below the bar graphs here. Again, let me just repeat, the blue is your child score. The orange is the district average, followed by the yellow is the kind of nation average. Now, you saw this bar right here. That is just a projection that would happen next year at the beginning of the year in the fall of 2024. So they're projecting that if nothing else happens, if we did nothing at all to help this student grow, they should get a RIT score of a 210. Again, that's projection. I have seen it to where students perform way above their projection or actually meet the projection also as well. Below, they kind of break it down into different performance areas. So I can see that this student is scoring at a high average on numeric representations and relationships. They probably are high in geometry and measurement, high average in algebraic relationships and computation, and a high average in data analysis. So, what happens here is that teachers actually can get a breakdown. So, I can see this student scoring really well in the math in these areas, but I might want to look at as a teacher in the geometry and measure and see, are they having some difficulty? In what area are they having difficulty in? And then what are some things then I can do as a teacher to help them in this area? Also, a breakdown, another reason why I like the student progress report. You can kind of come over here and see this chart. It's a kind of different chart. Again, now, this was the first year that kindergarten did not take it at the beginning of the year. But for this student, when they were in kindergarten, I can see when they took it at the beginning of kindergarten year, the middle of kindergarten year, and at the end in the spring of 2021 for this student and how they scored. I can see how they did in first grade at the beginning, the middle, and the end. Again, the beginning is fall, FA for fall. WI is for winter, and SP is for spring. And I can see how this student is progressing from kindergarten all the way up to their current school year, which was we took it again a few weeks ago, fall of 2023 or the beginning of this year. And I can see that this student is growing, and that's definitely what we want to see as we progress year after year after year, that our children are growing. So again, that was the math section. If I scroll down, I can see how the student is performing here on the reading section. Again, it breaks it down in performance objectives. It can show me that, well, they're high in certain areas. But as educators, I can go in and I can narrow down to the exact area that this student might need help in, or an exact area where this student is doing extremely well in. So, again, I'll go back up to the math. Just to explain when you're looking at the bars. The FA 2023 right here, FA 23, that was the fall of 2023. That was what we took a few weeks ago. We also like to call that the beginning of the year. The blue bar is your child, the orange is the district, and the yellow is the nation average RIT score. So I know that was a lot of information. We will be sharing these, like I said, throughout the year. So once your child takes it again in the middle of the year, I will be sharing the results with you. And then at the end of the year, which we'll take it around in May, I'll share the results with you again. Again, if you look below the reading section, the legend and key can give you some more information on how to read the report. And of course, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Give me a phone call. I will gladly pull up the results and talk through them with you. So, again, that's just one way to read the student progress map results. All right, parents, in closing, before I let you go, just a reminder of one thing. Please note on this one, if you read your child's result and you're thinking, my child did not do well on this. First of all, let me just make sure that let everybody know. This is just one assessment that we use to help your child. Again, we use this assessment not as like, okay, well, your child's here or there. We use this assessment to help our instructions to help improve your child with their learning. Again, our mission is growing lifetime learners, and we can give an assessment all that we want to. It's using the results after the assessment to help your child. So please understand this. If you see your child's results and you're kind of worried, this is just one assessment that we use. We use a number of different other assessments throughout the year to help to gauge on how our children are doing. Because if we're not doing well, then we need to change some things in the classroom to help them to be successful. So, again, if you have any questions about the MAP report that I shared with you or just the MAP test in itself, please do not hesitate and give me a call. Thank you.